Stop what you are doing right now. I need you to stop everything. The noise, the worry, the distraction, and listen. Because what is happening at this very moment is not an accident. You did not find this video. This video found you. And there is a difference so vast, so significant, so divinely intentional, that by the time this message is finished, you will understand that heaven itself moved to place these words in front of your eyes today. I am speaking to you. Yes, you, the one watching right now. Not the person next to you, not someone from your past. You, the one who has been carrying a weight that no one fully understands. The one who has been praying in the quiet of the night, whispering words of faith, even when the answers seemed slow in coming. The one who has looked at their bank account, their bills, their circumstances, and wondered, God, do you see me? Do you know what I am facing? I see you. I have always seen you, and I need you to hear what I'm about to say with every fiber of your being. A miracle has just been deposited into your account. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you figure it out or get yourself together. Right now, at this moment, as you watch these words appear before you, heaven has already moved. The transaction is complete. The seal has been broken. And what I prepared for you before the foundations of the earth were laid, before your mother knew your name, before your first breath, before your first struggle and your first tear, that blessing is now in motion toward your life, with the force of eternity behind it. Are you tired of watching others receive the breakthroughs you have been believing for? Have you started to wonder whether your prayers are reaching heaven at all? Have you been standing in faith so long that the standing itself has become painful? This message is the answer to every one of those questions. What the enemy tried to hide from you, I am revealing today. What darkness tried to bury, heaven is uncovering right now. There is a secret, a divine secret that has been held in the archives of eternity, sealed and protected and guarded. And today, it is being opened. For you, because of you, because I chose you, and I do not make mistakes. The angels around you are standing at attention. The atmosphere above your home is shifting. Forces that have been working against you are retreating. Right now, as you watch, because the word of the Lord is going forth and it cannot return void. It will accomplish everything I sent it to accomplish. Get ready. Open your heart. You are about to receive something you cannot earn, cannot deserve, and cannot explain. Only receive. Type in the comments, I received this message. This is for me. If this message is already touching your spirit, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on notifications, because heaven is speaking through this channel every single day, and you do not want to miss a single word. My dear daughter, I want to take you back, far back, before the hospital room where you drew your first breath, before the home you grew up in, before the first time someone told you that you were not enough, or too much, or the wrong kind of person for the kind of life you dreamed about. I want to take you all the way back to a moment that exists outside of time, a moment in eternity where I sat with the full knowledge of who you would be, what you would face, and what you would need. And in that moment, in that holy, sovereign, unshakable moment, I wrote your name. I wrote it in the Lamb's Book of Life. I wrote it on the palms of my hands. I wrote it on a document that no force in heaven or on earth or beneath the earth has the authority to alter, erase, or contest. A document sealed with the blood of my Son, witnessed by 10,000 angels, and placed in the archives of eternity with your name at the top. That document is a promise, and that promise is a blessing. And that blessing, that specific, detailed, powerful, life-changing blessing is what heaven is calling a miracle check. Now I want you to understand what this means, because the enemy has spent years trying to make you believe that blessings are random, that provision is uncertain, that favor is for other people. people who are more educated, more connected, more deserving than you. He has whispered those lies into your mind in moments of exhaustion and discouragement. He has used your circumstances as evidence against my faithfulness. He has pointed to your empty hands and said, "See, there is nothing coming for you." But here is the truth he does not want you to know. The check was already written. Before the recession, before the job loss, before the diagnosis, before the relationship that broke your heart, before the season of lack that stretched longer than you thought you could endure. Before any of it, the blessing was already prepared. The account was already funded. The transaction was already initiated by my hand. And nothing, I want you to hear this clearly, nothing that has happened in your life has changed the amount on that check. Every trial you have survived has not reduced it. Every mistake you have made has not disqualified you from it. Every year that passed while you waited has not expired it. Because this blessing was not written based on your performance. It was written based on my promise. And I am not a man that I should lie, and I am not a son of man that I should repent. What I have said, I will do. What I have spoken over your life from the foundations of the earth, I will bring to pass. Let me be even more specific, because I know you need specifics today. You do not need another beautiful general statement. You need to know what is actually in this deposit. The miracle check contains provision for every financial need pressing against your life right now. Every bill that is sitting on your kitchen counter, every debt that wakes you up at 3 in the morning, every payment that feels impossible, I see every single one. And the blessing I have prepared is not just enough to cover the immediate need. It is enough to bring you out of the cycle of barely enough permanently. I am not a God of just enough. I am the God of more than enough. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, that is the measure of what I have deposited for you. The miracle check contains restoration for relationships that were broken. For years, perhaps, you have grieved over a son or a daughter who walked away, a marriage that cracked under pressure, a friendship that went cold. The provision in this blessing is not only financial, it is relational, emotional, spiritual. It touches every dimension of your life because you are a whole person, not just a bank account. And I love every part of you. The miracle check contains healing. For your body, if you have been carrying sickness or pain. For your mind, if anxiety and fear have become familiar companions. For your spirit, if the weight of disappointment has made it hard to believe the way you used to believe. Healing is in this deposit. Wholeness is in this deposit. The joy that the enemy stole, that is in this deposit too. Place your hand over your heart right now and say these words out loud. The blessing prepared for me before I was born is now being released into my life. I receive it, I believe it, and I will walk in it. Say it again. Mean it. Because faith is not passive. Faith speaks. Faith declares. And your declaration right now is opening the door for the physical manifestation of what is already real in the spirit. My dear daughter, the check was not written yesterday when you stumbled upon this video. It was written before the stars were hung in place, before the oceans were given their boundaries, before the mountains were raised up from the deep. You were on my mind that far back. Your blessing was that established. Your miracle was that ancient and that certain. The enemy fought hard to make you forget this. He's been working overtime to keep you focused on what you can see, the natural circumstances, the physical evidence, the numbers in the bank account, the ache in the body, the silence from the person you have been praying for. He knows that if you ever truly grasp the reality of what has already been deposited in your name in the courts of heaven, his influence over your perception will collapse entirely. This is why this message reached you today. Not to give you false hope, not to entertain you, but to shatter the illusion the enemy has constructed around your life and replace it with the truth that has been true all along. You are already rich in the kingdom. The deposit is already made. The only question now is whether you will receive it. Type in the comments, "My blessing was written before I was born. I receive it now." My dear son, I need to talk to you about something that has been happening in the unseen world. Something that explains why, despite your prayers, despite your faith, despite your years of believing and trusting and holding on, this blessing seemed to move so slowly toward you. Something that will make everything that happened in your waiting season make sense in a way it never has before. You almost missed this, not because I failed, not because your prayers were wrong, not because you were not chosen or not loved or not worthy of what I prepared for you. You almost missed it because there was an enemy who knew exactly what was in your account. And he dedicated enormous, sustained, relentless spiritual energy to ensuring that you never found out. The Bible makes this clear, but let me say it to you the way a father speaks to his son, plainly and without religious language. There is a real adversary. He is not a cartoon, he is not a symbol. He is a being of ancient cunning who has studied human nature for thousands of years, who knows exactly which buttons to push, which wounds to reopen, which fears to amplify. And from the moment you were marked for this blessing, from the moment heaven wrote your name on this miracle, the enemy assigned forces against your awareness of it. Think about the moments in your life when you came close to breakthrough and something unexpectedly fell apart. Think about the opportunities that seemed to materialize and then evaporate. The relationships that had so much promise and then dissolved. The seasons where everything felt like it was moving forward and then a sudden storm set you back further than where you started. Think about the times when you were on the verge of fully believing, truly believing with all of your heart. And a voice came and said, "Who do you think you are?" Did God really say that? Look at your life. Look at the evidence. That was not coincidence. That was a strategy. The enemy cannot touch what I have written for you. He cannot enter the courts of heaven and erase your name from the blessing that was sealed before time began. He does not have that authority. What he does have is influence over your perception. He cannot steal the check, but he can try to convince you the check does not exist. And if he can keep you in a posture of unbelief long enough, he can delay the moment of your receiving, because my blessings flow through faith, and where faith is absent, the channel is narrowed. But here is what I need you to understand about this moment. The strategy failed. Every wall he built around your mind, I am tearing down. Every lie he embedded in your thought patterns, I am uprooting. Every fog he generated to keep you from seeing clearly, I am dissolving right now. As these words enter your spirit, the enemy's campaign against your awareness of this miracle is over, because heaven decided that today is the day the truth breaks through. And when I decide that a truth will be known, nothing can stop it from being known. I see the specific things he used against you. He used your childhood, the lack you grew up around, the voices that told you that money was always tight, that abundance was for other families, that you had to fight and scrape and earn every crumb. He planted a poverty spirit in you so early and so deep that it began to feel like your identity, like just your lot in life. And every time provision started to flow, that spirit would activate and whisper, "This won't last. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it always runs out for people like you." He used your past mistakes. Every wrong decision, every financial error, every time you trusted someone you shouldn't have or missed an opportunity through poor judgment, he catalogued every single one and played them back to you at the moments when you most needed to believe. As if grace had an expiration date, as if I hold a ledger of human failures and consult it before deciding who gets blessed. As if the cross of my son accomplished something less than total redemption. He used the length of your waiting, because waiting is one of the most powerful weapons the enemy has. Time, when not anchored in trust, erodes faith. A year of waiting weakens what a month of waiting could not touch. And if the enemy can stretch the distance between promise and fulfillment long enough, he hopes to convert your faith into fatalism, to make you stop believing not because you had a dramatic crisis of faith, but simply because you grew too tired to hold on. But you are still here, you are still watching, and that tells me everything. Despite all of it, the strategy, the delays, the lies, the weariness, some part of you never fully let go. Some ember inside you refused to go completely cold, and that ember is enough. I can work with an ember. I can breathe on an ember and turn it into a fire that illuminates everything around you. The enemy's time is up. The blocking is broken. The interference has been cleared. The spiritual forces that were stationed against the delivery of this blessing have been displaced by a heavenly command that went out before you pressed play on this video. Before you even knew this message existed, angels were already moving. Assignments were already being executed. Doors that had been supernaturally held shut were already being unlocked. Say this out loud right now with boldness. Every force that delayed my miracle is now broken. Every lie that kept me from receiving is now exposed. I'm no longer almost missing it. I am receiving it now. My dear son, you need to know that what I am doing in your life right now is not a small adjustment. This is not a minor improvement, a little extra in the paycheck, a slight relief in the pressure. What has been held back, what the enemy stalled, blocked, and concealed, is being released with compound interest. Heaven does not just restore what was stolen, heaven restores with abundance. What the locust ate, I return sevenfold. What the enemy delayed, I accelerate. The years you lost are not simply recovered, they are redeemed in a way that produces more than if they had never been lost. The delay was not a denial, it never was. It was a divine setup, and now the setup is complete. Type in the comments, "The blocking is broken. My miracle is being released now." My dear daughter, I want to open the books of heaven for you right now. I want you to see, not with the eyes of your physical body, but with the eyes of your spirit, what is actually stored in the divine account that was established for you at the beginning of time. Because belief without specificity is difficult to sustain. And I am not asking you to believe in a vague spiritual concept. I am asking you to believe in something real, something detailed, something that was calculated with precision and deposited with intention. So let me be specific. Let me open this account in front of you and show you what your miracle check actually contains. The first category in your heavenly account is supernatural provision, not natural provision, supernatural provision. There is a difference. Natural provision comes through the normal channels: a paycheck, a tax return, an expected bonus, a predictable income stream. Those things are good and I use them and I bless them. But supernatural provision comes through channels that cannot be predicted, planned for, or explained by natural logic. A check arrives from a source you forgot about. A business opportunity presents itself through a connection that had no reason to happen. A debt is cancelled without negotiation. A resource appears in exactly the right moment from exactly the right direction, and everyone who witnesses it knows, without being told, that a human hand did not arrange this. That kind of provision is in your account. It has been accumulating there. And the release of it, which has already been initiated by my command, will reach you through channels that your natural mind would never anticipate. I want you to stop trying to figure out how it is going to happen. The moment you try to predict the channel, you limit your ability to receive from the channels I have already chosen. What I have planned for your provision goes beyond your job, beyond your current income stream, beyond the people you already know and the connections you already have. Your miracle is not trapped in your present circumstances. It is coming from outside your current framework entirely. The second category in your account is complete financial freedom. I'm not speaking about a temporary reprieve. I'm not speaking about enough to make it to next month. I am speaking about the permanent breaking of the financial cycle that has held your family captive, in some cases for generations. There are families where lack has been passed down like a genetic trait. Grandparents who struggled, parents who struggled, and now you carrying the same battle into the next generation and quietly dreading that your children will inherit the same fight. That cycle stops with you. I have established this in the spirit. The generational pattern of financial lack in your bloodline has been broken by the blood of my Son and sealed by the declaration of heaven. What flows from your hands from this point forward will be different. The way provision moves toward you will be different. The capacity of your household to accumulate, sustain, and grow wealth that is being recalibrated right now as you receive this word. The third category is restoration of what was lost. Every financial loss in your history, the investment that went wrong, the money that was stolen or wasted or destroyed, the opportunity that was missed, I see it all. I have the full accounting. And I'm telling you that the restoration figure written in your account exceeds the total of every loss. You will not just get back to zero. You will not just return to the place where the loss happened. You will be brought forward, past the point of restoration, into a territory of abundance that makes the previous losses look like part of a plan, because they were. They were allowed for a season, but they were never the destination. The fourth category, and I want you to receive this deeply, is peace. Because financial anxiety is one of the most debilitating forces in the modern American life. The worry about bills, about the mortgage, about retirement, about whether there is enough for your children's education and your parents' care and your own future. That worry drains your energy. It steals your sleep. It poisons your joy. It creates friction in your relationships and fog in your thinking. And it is not my will for your life. One of the greatest miracles I am releasing into your life right now is the miracle of financial peace, not denial. Peace, not ignoring the reality. Peace in the middle of it. The deep, settled assurance that I have everything under control, that the account has been funded, that the need has been seen and the provision is in motion, that you can breathe again. Close your eyes for a moment, just a moment, and breathe in. Let that peace begin to settle in your chest right now. You are not alone in this. You were never alone in this. And from this point forward, the weight of financial anxiety is no longer yours to carry. Say these words out loud and mean every one of them. My account in heaven is full. My name is on the blessing, the provision, the freedom, the restoration, and the peace. They are already mine. I receive them now in the name of Jesus Christ. My dear daughter, the account is real. Heaven does not deal in abstract promises. Every word spoken over your life by a prophet, by a pastor, by a parent who prayed over you in faith, by your own lips in the midnight hour when no one was watching. Every one of those declarations was received in heaven and added to your account. They were not lost. They were not forgotten. They were filed. They were credited. And the balance of that account has been growing. Quietly, persistently, faithfully, waiting for this exact moment of release. Your miracle check is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual reality that is about to manifest in the physical world. And the evidence of it will be so clear, so unmistakable, so specifically tailored to your life and your needs and your situation, that there will be no question in your mind about where it came from. And type in the comments, my account is full. I receive every blessing written in my name. My dear son, I want to expand the frame of what you have been receiving in this message, because the miracle I have deposited for you was never intended to be a private, individual transaction. The blessing I prepared carries the names of the people you love most in this world, your family, your household, the ones who share your roof and your bloodline and your heart. Look at your family for a moment. If not physically, then in your mind. Think of your children, think of your spouse, think of your parents, your siblings, the ones whose well-being keeps you up at night because you love them so fiercely and the world is so unpredictable. Think of every person in your family circle who needs a miracle right now. Everyone who is struggling, hurting, lost, sick, afraid, wandering or waiting. I see them all. And I want you to know, with the full weight of my word behind it, that this miracle check covers every one of them. When I bless a house, I bless the whole house. When I move on behalf of a family, I move completely. I do not do partial blessings. I do not pick some members of a household to favor and leave others behind. The blessing I have declared over your life extends to the boundaries of your family and then goes further still, reaching into the next generation and the generation after that, as a declaration of my covenant faithfulness to those who trust in me. Let me speak to specific needs in your household right now because I know them better than you do. There is a child, your child, or a child in your family whose future you have been worried about, the direction they are heading, the choices they have been making, the influences around them that you cannot fully control, no matter how much you pray or how carefully you watch. You lie awake wondering whether they will find their way, whether the faith you tried to pass down took root deeply enough, whether your love for them will be enough to hold them when the world pulls at them with all of its force. I am speaking to you about that child right now. They are not lost to me. I have not taken my eyes off of them for a single moment. The same divine attention that watches over you watches over them. The blessing I have declared over your household covers them specifically, their safety, their guidance, their ultimate return to the path I have laid out for their lives. You will see the turning. You will see the moment when what you planted in them in prayer begins to bear fruit in the open. That moment is coming, and it is closer than your fear would have you believe. There is a marriage in your family circle, yours or someone you love, that has been under pressure. The weight of financial stress, the erosion of communication, the old wounds that never fully healed. I am releasing a restoration into that marriage right now, not a superficial patch, a deep, root-level healing that addresses the real source of the distance and replaces it with a renewed covenant love. What the enemy has been working to destroy over months and years, I am rebuilding with a speed and a completeness that will astonish both people involved. There is a parent, your mother, your father, a parent figure who sacrificed for you, who is aging, perhaps struggling with health, perhaps facing financial uncertainty in the years when they should be resting. You have carried the weight of concern for them. You have prayed and wondered and wished you could do more. The blessing I am releasing covers them, their provision, their health, their comfort, their peace. It is included in the miracle check that heaven has just deposited. What they need will come. How it comes may surprise you entirely, but it will come. I want to do something very specific right now in this moment of the message. I want you to extend what you have been receiving. You have been receiving this blessing for yourself, your own spirit opening, your own faith rising, your own heart beginning to believe again at a level it has not believed in some time. Good. That is exactly what I wanted. But now I want you to act as a conduit. I want you to right now hold the names of your family members in your heart, one by one, and declare this blessing over each of them as if you were speaking on my behalf. Because in this moment, that is exactly what you are doing. Place your hand on your chest and say this: I declare the blessing of God over my family right now, over my children, protection, wisdom, provision, and a future filled with purpose. Over my spouse, healing, love renewed, strength restored. Over my parents, peace, health, and provision in abundance. Over every member of my household, the miracle check of heaven is deposited over their lives too. In the name of Jesus, I receive this for them as I receive it for myself. My dear son, you are a priest of your household. That is not religious language. That is a spiritual reality. The prayers you pray over your family carry weight in heaven that you have not fully understood. Every declaration you make in faith on their behalf is received, recorded, and acted upon. The angels assigned to your household take their instructions from your declarations just as much as from my direct commands. When you speak blessing over your family in faith and in my name, heaven moves. And today, you have more authority than you have ever had before, because you now know that the blessing is already deposited. You are not asking me to create something new. You are declaring the release of something already in existence, already written, already funded. That is a completely different spiritual posture, and it carries completely different results. Your family is covered. Say it out loud and believe it. My family is covered. Type in the comments, my family is covered by the blessing of God. My dear daughter, right now, this very second, as you read these words, the invisible world around you is more active than it has been at any point in recent memory. I need you to understand what is happening in the unseen dimension that surrounds your life, your home, and your future. Heaven has dispatched angels on your behalf. Not one, not two, a company, a host, a coordinated, commanded, fully equipped heavenly force that has received its assignment and is already in motion. These are not the gentle, decorative angels of greeting cards. These are the warriors of heaven, beings of extraordinary power who have stood in the presence of my glory since before the earth was formed, who have been involved in the greatest miracles of human history, and who have now been given your name and your address and a very specific set of instructions. Let me describe what they are doing. Some of them are stationed around your home right now. I want you to picture this, really picture it, because the spiritual reality of it is meant to anchor your faith. There are angels standing at the four corners of your property, at the front door and the back door, along every wall and window. They are not passive, they are not decorative. They are active presences of divine protection, holding back forces of disruption, fear, and attack that have been attempting to access your household. The walls of fire that I promised to build around those who belong to me are real, and they are burning around your home at this moment. Some of the angels dispatched on your behalf are working in the financial realm, moving in the invisible networks of commerce, connection, and opportunity. There are angels influencing the mind of a person right now who holds the key to your next financial breakthrough, a business contact, a hiring manager, a financial decision maker, someone who has the ability to change your situation and who is being guided right now toward a choice that will benefit you in a way that looks entirely natural from the outside, but was entirely divine on the inside. This is how I so often work in the financial realm, not with a bag of money dropped from the sky, though I could do that. And sometimes I do. More often, I move through people, through opened doors, through opportunities that present themselves at precisely the right moment, through ideas that suddenly come to you in the shower, or in the car, or in the quiet before sleep. Ideas so good, so perfectly suited to your skills and your situation, that they feel like they came from somewhere outside of you. They did. The angels are also working in the realm of your mind and spirit, because one of the most important battles in your breakthrough is not in your circumstances, it is in your thinking. The way you see yourself, the beliefs you hold about what is possible for you, the inner narrative that plays when no one is around. The angels who have been deployed to your situation have an assignment that includes the dismantling of mental strongholds, those deeply embedded thought structures that the enemy built over years to keep you in a smaller version of yourself than the one I created you to be. You may begin to notice, in the days ahead, something subtle but significant shifting in your thoughts, a new confidence that rises when it would not have before. A peace that does not fully make sense given your circumstances, a sense of expectation, a wholly grounded, faith-based expectation that something is coming. That feeling is not wishful thinking. It is the early evidence of angelic activity in your mind and spirit, breaking down the walls and preparing you to receive what is already en route. Some of the angels have been sent ahead of you, into your future. They are moving in the timeline of your life, preparing what is coming before you arrive at it. The meeting that is going to happen next month that you do not know about yet. The phone call that is going to shift your situation. The unexpected connection that is going to open a door you did not know existed. The divine appointment that is waiting for you at a precise moment in the future. The angels are there already, setting the stage, ensuring that when you arrive, everything is in position for your miracle to manifest. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning. I am not surprised by any of your tomorrows. I am already there, and I have already ensured that the blessing reaches you on time. The angels I have dispatched are simply the visible manifestation, visible in the spirit, I mean, of what I have already ordained. Say this out loud, with your chest out and your chin up, as a declaration of what is real in the spirit right now. I am surrounded by the host of heaven. Angels are working on my behalf right now, in my home, in my finances, in my mind, and in my future. I am not alone. I am not unprotected. I am not forgotten. Heaven is actively moving in my life in this very moment. My dear daughter, the angel armies of heaven are not an exaggeration for the purpose of making you feel better. They are a scriptural reality, a divine truth, a dimension of my provision for those I love that far too many of my children live their entire lives without accessing, simply because no one told them it was real, it was personal, and it was available. It is real, it is personal, and it is fully operational in your life right now. The dispatching of this heavenly host is part of what the miracle check releases. When the deposit was made in your name, it did not just release financial provision, it released the full infrastructure of heaven's support for every area of your life. You are not just richer in the spirit, you are more protected, more guided, more surrounded by power than you have ever been. The enemy's forces do not outnumber the forces on your side, they never have. And the gap between his power and mine is so vast that he can only operate through your unawareness. Now that you are aware, now that you know, that gap is exposed and his influence collapses. Type in the comments, I am surrounded by angels. Heaven is moving on my behalf. Do not let this word stop with you. Share this video with someone who needs to hear from heaven today. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, do it right now. New messages of breakthrough and prophetic encouragement go up regularly, and you are going to want every one of them. My dear son, this chapter is perhaps the most important one I will speak to you today, because a miracle deposited is not the same as a miracle received, and I need you to understand the difference. Not to create anxiety or doubt, but because your active participation in the receiving process is part of how my kingdom works. I made you a being of free will. I do not override your choices. I prepare the gift and I deliver the invitation, but the door on your side must be opened from the inside. So let me tell you with complete clarity how to receive this miracle and how to walk in everything it contains. The first key is agreement. Agreement is the spiritual posture of choosing to align your belief with what I have already declared to be true. It is different from hoping it is true. It is different from wanting it to be true. Agreement is a decision, a deliberate, conscious, spoken choice to accept as fact what heaven has established as fact, even before the physical evidence appears. The moment you say with genuine conviction, I agree with what God has said about my life, something happens in the spirit. A legal transaction is completed in the courts of heaven. Your declaration of agreement is received as your acceptance of the gift. And once acceptance is registered, the release of the physical manifestation begins to accelerate toward you. This is why I have been asking you throughout this message to speak declarations out loud. I have not been asking you to perform religious rituals. I have been walking you through the process of agreement, step by step, chapter by chapter, so that by the time this message ends, you are fully positioned to receive what is fully prepared. The second key is thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the language of faith. Anyone can say thank you after the miracle arrives, but I want you to say thank you now, before the bank account changes, before the situation shifts, before the healing manifests, before the door opens. Thank me now in the middle of the need, because your gratitude before the manifestation tells me that you truly believe the manifestation is coming. It tells me that you trust my word more than you trust your current circumstances, and that level of trust is the most powerful force in the universe. In the days ahead, make gratitude a deliberate practice. Every morning before your feet hit the floor, speak thanks. Not for what you have already seen, for what you believe is coming. Say, thank you, God, for the miracle that is already in motion. Thank you for the provision that is on its way. Thank you for the doors that are being opened. Thank you that my family is covered. Thank you that the angels are working. Do this with sincerity, not as a formula, but as a genuine expression of trust. And watch what begins to happen around you. The third key is obedience to the promptings I will send you. As the miracle begins to move from the spirit realm into the natural world, you will receive promptings. A sense that you should make a phone call you have been avoiding, a nudge to reach out to a specific person, an idea that feels almost too simple, too ordinary to be divine. An instruction to take a small step that your natural mind says is not significant enough to matter. Take the steps, make the calls, follow the promptings. Obedience to small instructions is almost always the pathway through which large miracles arrive. The water does not part until the feet are in the river. The multiplication does not happen until the loaves and fishes are handed over. The oil does not flow until the widow begins to pour. Your miracle is not waiting for you to have everything figured out. It is waiting for you to take the next step I show you. And if you are unsure what that step is, ask me. Quietly, sincerely, with an open heart. I am not hiding my instructions. I speak to those who are still enough to listen. The fourth key is patience in the final stretch. Here is what I have seen happen again and again. A person receives a word, receives a promise, begins to believe with genuine faith. And then, when the manifestation does not appear in the first week or the first month, the old discouragement tries to return. The enemy senses the faith rising, and he redoubles his effort to create doubt. And sometimes, in what would have been the final days before breakthrough, a person gives up. Do not give up in the final stretch. The delay you may experience between this message and the visible manifestation is not a sign that I have forgotten. It is not a sign that the word was wrong. It is almost always a sign that the final elements are being put into place. Elements you cannot see, preparations you would not understand, alignments of circumstance and timing and human will that require more precision than you can observe from your vantage point. When it seems like nothing is happening, that is very often when the most is happening in the unseen world on your behalf. Stand firm, keep declaring, keep thanking, keep following the promptings, and do not let the appearance of delay convince you of what is not true. Say this now, loudly and with conviction. I receive this miracle with agreement, with thanksgiving, and with full obedience to the voice of God. I will not give up in the final stretch. I will not be moved by what I see. I will be moved only by what God has said. And what God has said is that this blessing is mine now. The fourth key, and it is the key that ties everything together, is generosity. The seed principle is embedded in the fabric of my kingdom. Giving activates receiving. This does not mean that you buy your miracle. You cannot purchase what I give freely. What it means is that the posture of a generous heart is the same posture as a receiving heart. Open, trusting, believing that there is more than enough. When you give from a place of faith, even in the middle of lack, you are demonstrating with your actions what your mouth is declaring with your words. And that kind of faith moves mountains. As the provision begins to arrive in your life, be intentional about giving. To your church, to the person in need that I bring across your path, to the cause that stirs your heart. Let the miracle that flows to you flow through you, because what passes through an open hand returns multiplied. And the more freely you release what I place in your hands, the more freely heaven will continue to fill them. Type in the comments, I receive this miracle, I agree, I thank God, and I will not give up.